Before the day of judgment, before the scales, before the bridge, ask yourself one question. How do you think Allah will judge the way you treated the weakest of His creation? Most people believe Islam only teaches mercy toward other human beings. But one authentic incident from the life of the Prophet Muhammad proves something far deeper. A tiny bird, 2 helpless chicks, and a lesson so powerful that it has been preserved for more than 1,400 years. This is not a legend. It is an authentic narration recorded in Sunan Abu Dawud and accepted by scholars as authentic. And by the end of this story, you may never look at an animal the same way again. The Prophet Muhammad was traveling with his companions across Arabia. It was a long journey through the desert, and after some time he stepped away briefly while the companions remained where they were. As they waited, some of them noticed a small bird nesting nearby. Inside the nest were 2 tiny chicks. Perhaps out of curiosity, they picked up the chicks. To them, it may have seemed like a harmless moment. But to the mother bird, everything changed. She flew above them in panic, circling again and again, beating her wings desperately. She could not speak their language, yet her actions said everything. "My babies are gone." She refused to fly away. She stayed close, distressed and frightened, trying to protect the only things that mattered to her. A few moments later, the Prophet Muhammad returned. He looked toward the bird. He saw her panic. He understood her pain. Then he asked a question that stunned his companions. "Who has distressed this bird by taking its young? Return her young to her." That was his command. Not because the bird belonged to someone. Not because the chicks had financial value. This teaches us something remarkable. Mercy in Islam is not limited to people. Every living creature matters before Allah. The Quran reminds us. There is no creature on earth nor bird that flies with its wings except they are communities like you. Every animal is part of Allah's creation. Every creature has a purpose. Every creature glorifies its creator in a way that we cannot fully understand. The Prophet recognized that truth in every aspect of his life. He never saw animals as objects. He saw them as creations of Allah deserving of kindness. And this was not the only lesson from that journey. The Prophet also noticed that an ant colony had been burned. He immediately asked, "Who burned this?" When the companions replied that they had done it, he said, "No one should punish with fire except the Lord of the fire." Sunan Abi Dawud 2675. Imagine the lesson. Even ants mattered. Even the smallest creatures were not beyond compassion. Islam teaches responsibility, not cruelty. This mercy appears throughout the Sunnah. The Prophet told of a woman who imprisoned a cat without feeding it or allowing it to find food until it died. Because of that cruelty, she was punished. On the other hand, he told of a man who found a thirsty dog. The man climbed into a well, filled his shoe with water, and gave the dog something to drink. Allah appreciated that act of kindness and forgave his sins. The companions were amazed. They asked, "Is there reward for showing kindness to animals?" The Prophet replied, "There is a reward for kindness shown to every living creature. Every living creature. Not just the beautiful ones. Not just the useful ones. Every living creature." Today, many people ignore this teaching. Some throw stones at birds for fun. Others mistreat stray cats or dogs. Some destroy nests without thinking. Others harm animals simply because they can. A believer should never forget that Allah sees every act of mercy and every act of cruelty. The Prophet himself was described by Allah in the Quran. "We have not sent you except as a mercy to all the worlds." Notice the words. not only a mercy to humans, a mercy to all the worlds. His compassion reached children, the elderly, the poor, strangers, and even animals. That is the character every Muslim should strive to imitate. Perhaps today you cannot change the whole world, but you can leave water outside during a hot day. You can feed a hungry animal. You can avoid harming creatures without reason. You can teach your children to respect Allah's creation. Small acts of mercy are never small with Allah. The Prophet gave us one final principle that connects all of this. He said, "The most merciful shows mercy to those who are merciful. Show mercy to those on the earth, and the one above the heavens will show mercy to you." Think about those words. Every act of kindness you show may become a reason for Allah's mercy on the day you need it most. The little bird in the desert could not speak. She could not make a complaint. She could not ask anyone for help. But Allah heard her distress. And Allah honored her by allowing His messenger to defend her. So the next time you see a bird building its nest, an ant crossing your path, a thirsty animal searching for water, remember this story. Perhaps your kindness to one small creature will become the deed that Allah places on your scale of good deeds when nothing else can save you. May Allah fill our hearts with mercy, make us gentle with all His creation, and allow us to follow the beautiful example of His beloved Messenger Muhammad. Ameen.